one of the main reasons why I want to get you guys on here is because you guys are part of the DFS chat. You know, Millie chasing. We're still waiting for the Millie.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for 1,000.
Danny didn't join us today because he just moved. Shouts to Danny. But that's the foursome that we have, or a fantastic four DFS chat.
Foursome, great one.
Force one, yeah.
Force
one.
one.
This is my second blue moon. I promise. This is my second blue moon. Let me ask you a question. I've been trying so hard to not ask you this until the podcast.
That shit pop.
That's fine.
Yeah.
How much money do you think I've lost you because we play Julio Jones?
Yeah, how much have you lost me? What, the times you think it's his week and he's sitting on the sideline smiling rather than on the field playing? Yeah.
Yeah. How many times have I told you, yo, bro, it's Julio week, and it's not?
Honestly, over 30 times. like I'm thinking sometimes
2 seasons worth.
It could be more. It's just I have this thing in my mind where just ignore Nick when he says the name Julio. But yeah, it's been a lot of times, bro. More than enough.
There was a time when Nick's like, yo, this is the cheapest Julio's ever been.
Yeah.
And I was going to write back, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to hear it with this guy.
Those are the best.
So, man, if I had a one DraftKings point for every time he caught a 10-yard hook and hobbled off to the sideline, he'd have a career game.
That's the Julio, right? That's the Julio where he'll start a game off. He'll have 2 catches for 34 yards in the first drive. We're like, yo, let's go, baby. I was right. And then all of a sudden, he's limping off to the sideline. The smiling on the sideline. Danny loses his mind.
He's like, it's funny.
He's like, yo, this fucking guy, all he does is smile on the sideline. And it became a running joke. So you think over 30 times I've cost you money because of Julio?
Yeah, I would say 30 generously.
Are you saying 30 because that's his number and my birthday is coming up and I'll be 30?
That's you
Damn, we're getting fucking old.
It's my Josh the Quarter year.
This is your Josh the
Quarter.
Quarter.
Right?
This is
big year.
This is your dirty 30.
Your Sheed Wallace year.
What would you say? How many times have I ruined DFS lineups for you because we play Julio?
I don't even know. You know, I've gotten ruined so many times from anyone. I don't know about 30. 30's a lot. That's literally 2
Well, first,
seasons.
let me just paint this
irks
picture. I play Julio every week.
I know.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why.
The amount of times
You
I
wonder
actually
why.
listened to you saying Julio and actually cost me money, maybe 8. But that's still a lot.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yo, so the origins of the Julio started from 2 different things. One was there was that Monday Night Football game. The Falcons played the Packers.
I remember.
And Danny, in our yearly league, had Julio Jones, and he needed 43 points to win.
That was when he put a 44, right, or something?
Julio had 13 for 256 and 1. And that's when Julio, that's how it started, right? And then week 17 in 2016, when the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, that week they clinched their seeding. They clinched, and they were playing the Saints, right? And they were playing the Saints, and in that game, there were rumors of all the Falcons guys sitting because, no matter what, they would have been the 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not exactly sure which one it was, but it was one of those scenarios where yo, we're going to rest our guy, or we're going to pull our guys after the first couple drives or whatnot. Julio was 6%, and he had 80 for 130 and 2 touchdowns. And that's my
80
best.
80 for 130?
Oh,
and
sorry. Yo,
That's a lot of catches.
I wish I had him that week.
Yo, yeah, for sure. But he
up.
had 8 for 130 and 2. And I game stacked that game. There you go, the crew neck already. But I game stacked that game, and Julio was 7 or 8%. Because there were rumors of him, Devontae Freeman at the time. They were going to pull him and shit. And then that's my best weekend of DFS ever. That weekend I won a lot of money. Yeah. I ended up buying Jazz. I went and bought Jazz 2 weeks after that. Yeah.
That's
I wanted to name it Julio, but it was a girl. So I was like, yo, Jazzy.
Julio.
Julio. Wow. Julia. Oh my God. I fucked up. But yo, who has cost you the most money when it comes to DFS? And you can't say me.
Oh, you're talking about actual
I'm talking about players, yeah, in fantasy.
I remember back when you know me, I'm Cowboys biased, right? Because I'm a Cowboys fan. So I would say
there's a Cowboy that's cost me a lot of money, and this year he fucked my whole fantasy team up too.
I would say Zeke.
Thank
somebody
you.
that's cost me a lot of money because he's and that's me being biased. I'd always text in the group chat and I'd be like, yo, this is
Zeke week. Right? Yeah.
And it would be the furthest thing from a Zeke week. I don't know what happened last year. And it's just last year where I played him a lot, and he couldn't find the end zone. He really couldn't. So I would say him, or just really any Cowboy that I missed because that I just I think it's their week and it just wasn't
Well,
because
you play Schultz every week.
Every time I
Yeah, he did play Dalton Schultz every
but
week.
listen, I did put you guys on to free game with Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, 5 catches for 40 yards. Yeah,
whatever.
thank you.
When you're paying $4,900.
Yeah. Well, it was a really bad tight end year. Like if you didn't play Kelsey or like Darren Waller, every other tight end you had.
Kittle was out.
Kittle was out.
Even
Yeah,
when he
and like
played, there was games where he'd literally put up like 25, and then games where he put up 3.
Yeah.
I had him in my auction league, and he was fucking annoying.
I never paid for tight ends on DraftKings, and like that's why I made no money this year because I would look for like the 2,600 tight end. Like what's the dude on the Bills?
Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox. I'd play like Dawson Knox, and I would be like, "Yo, please just catch that one pass for 3 yards and a touchdown," because that's all I would need.
Yeah, I would roster him too, but then that touchdown would go to Lee Smith.
Yeah.
Lee Smith is.
Yo, I'll never forget. There was one week where I think I had a FanDuel team that put up like 172, and it was Dallas was playing Denver. It was like 2017.
Yeah.
And Denver had like the number 32 ranked rush defense. And this is like the offensive line for Dallas was elite.
Yeah.
You know,
No
Zeke
injuries.
coming in. Like Zeke was like 40% owned and shit. I'm like, yo, it's Zeke week. Yo, let's go. It's Zeke week. 13 carries for 15 yards.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
9,200 down the
Yeah.
drain.
I remember that. That was it was like a 4 p.m.
It was
game,
a 4 p.m.
right?
game. Yeah, they were playing in Denver, and they fucking you couldn't do nothing. I was like, yo, Ahmed, I want to fight you right now because this bullshit with the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's he's somebody that's definitely lost me a lot of money, especially last year, because last year was, I would say, I was mostly invested like financially in last year trying to hit big, and I played him a lot, and he'd ruined my lineups like
Bro,
that.
I had him on my yearly team, and it was like sunshine and rainbows the first 4 weeks. Dak gets hurt. All of a sudden, they lose 2 offensive linemen. Oh, that still stings, right?
Yeah, it seems like it was yesterday.
They lose 2 offensive linemen, and then Zeke is the worst. A Zeke player, and this scenario that I'm going to mention right now is the worst case scenario for you as a yearly fantasy player. He was my number. You had the pick after me, didn't you, in our league?
Before. After. Sorry,
After.
you had the pick before me.
So I took. Oh, you took Kamara. And I was debating fucking Kamara.
Because I was asking you, I was like, who are you going to take? Because we know it was going to be Barkley CMC first, too.
Right.
And I was like, and you were saying you might go Kamara. I, was like,
I might go
nice, I'm
Kamara,
gonna
and then there was like the rumors because he didn't sign his
gonna hold
contract
out,
yet. He was
yeah.
going to hold out. So I'm like, fuck, yo. So I take Zeke, right? I take Zeke. First week, 23. Second week, 26. 17. I'm like, yo, sign me up, right? Dak gets hurt. All of a sudden, 6 points. 12. Like he had one 12-point week. I was like, oh my God, thank God. But Pollard was like crushing it every time he would fucking step on the field. And I was like saying it at first to like troll Cowboys fans and troll you and like Zach Lados. I'd be like, yo, Pollard's the better running back. But then like all the advanced metrics and PFF shit was showing that like Pollard was the better running back because he'd get like eight carries a game and he'd be more productive than Zeke. So it got to a point towards the tail end of the year. It's like, fuck, yo, do I bench Zeke, but he's my number 3 overall pick? I have to start him. And then it ended up killing me, bro. I went like 1-4 in my last 5 weeks. I lose the bye week, and then I was the bye week and top seed the whole year.
That's where you have to like separate the daily fantasy player and the yearly player. Like you have to be like, you know,
because I didn't play Zeke that whole duration.
You just said it, right? Because
Yeah.
he's your number 3rd pick. You have to play him. Mm-hmm. But in reality, like on DFS, you're probably not going to play him this week, right?
Yeah, but that's because you have other options. You have to play.
Yeah.
You
That's
have
true.
to play
That's
your
true.
first.
That is
like I was
true.
doing that with Zach Ertz, and he was like my 4th round pick, and I was like, yo, I can't bench him because I wasted a freaking pick on him. That's why when he got hurt, I was like, thank God. Not thank God.
No, I know what you mean though.
Like,
It's like
this helps me out because now I don't have to just make that decision.
yeah. Well, that's why there was that 1 week when they were playing the Bengals, and the whole week he was going to be out, and then he's active game day. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And what ends up happening? Pollard scores a touchdown. He scores 15. Zeke puts up 7. I lose by 6.
I ended up playing Pollard that week still.
So if Zeke ends up sitting that game, I probably have the 1 seed, and I end up winning, and it's just like it's the worst case scenario. But you said something really important, and I think that's the biggest difference between yearly fantasy and daily fantasy. I have to play Zeke. You have to play Kamara.
Yeah.
But you don't need to in daily fantasy.
Yeah.
So that's why me personally, I think daily fantasy is a more of a, obviously it's week to week, but I think you need to be a smarter fantasy player to play daily because it's more like matchup stuff where you're always going to start Pat Mahomes in yearly.
Yeah.
You're always going to start Kyler Murray unless they're on a bye week, right? Like you're always going to start these big name guys. Or if you have a wide receiver like let's go with Julio, right? Julio's your number one receiver probably, right? You're going to always play him even if he plays Jalen Ramsey or Josh Norman, like prime Josh Norman. But in daily, you're not going to play him.
Yeah, also you're only playing against your matchup. So it's not like you have to outscore 100,000 other people. I just have to outscore you.
That's true. You make a
So even if my team shits the bed, if your team shits the bed, I'm good.
Yeah. Which one do you prefer?
I think it requires more knowledge, and like it's obviously harder daily because you gotta outscore so many other people, and like you also gotta fill out like a whole team with like a certain salary,
Right.
rather than just doing like a snake draft or something and having that same team every single week.
How about you?
Well, I don't really play yearly, so I'm all in daily fantasy, and I agree with Josh. Like, there's so much strategy that goes behind daily fantasy.
Because it's not even the matchups. It's also like
ownership,
right? This guy's going to be 60% owned. Like, do I play him? And if he does, I'm fucked. Do I fade him? But if he goes off, I'm fucked because 60% of the field has him.
You got to take that.
So it's like you got to take a stand, right? Like with Showdown, how many times have I told you like, yo, I'm fading D-Hop, and you're like, you're crazy. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't mean that I think he's gonna have a bad game. It's just that when you play like those like 2-game slates, the prime times, or you play like those weird 3-game afternoon slates, it's like, you have to take a stand and fade someone. And then remember that
unless it's my fades.
Yeah. Yo, you hit like a 5-week stretch where every guy I bet faded would put up 30.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, yo, Ahmed, who are you fading today? D-Hop.
8
for 200.
It was rough, bro. It was so bad. I hated that year.
But yeah, Showdown, especially Showdown, because like on the Super Bowl, I didn't play Godwin or Evans, and I played Gronk at captain, Kelsey Hill, Brady, AB, and Fournette.
Didn't you come in first? And
it was the $3 100K to first. And I was like, yo, I got Gronk 3% owned it was 3% owned to captain. I was like, yo, if this lineup takes it down, I could probably fucking win 100,000. Came in first, tied with about fucking 5,000 people. I won $1,000. It was like, I won 600, and then in a different league where it was 30K to first, I won 1,000. So I won like 1,600 total when I should have won 130,000 total.
Yeah,
yo, you win 130,000. How much do I get?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, bro.
You know why? Because it's going to be discussed.
Yo, this is going to be in the archive. So when he hits for 100K, like, yo, listen,
that's
not saying.
Oh,
smart.
I'll freaking pay for Cabana in Vegas.
You gotta buy like every crew neck that I have, like every color.
Oh, every color. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
every crew neck. What if you have fucking 100?
Nah. There's like 6 of them, and you'd have to buy all 6 in every size.
All right.
So before you know he's buying like 20.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would want.
Buy it and like give it away.
Yeah, just give them out. Yo, what's the biggest score you've ever had in DFS? Because we've won GPPs. Everyone plays different too. Like I'm strictly a single game player. Josh likes to dabble in like the 20 entry max. You like to play like the 100 mans, no?
I used to play the 100 mans. Now I've been doing a lot of single entries. Well, last season I did a lot of the single entries. But you see, the scores vary from year to year, right? Because every year the scores get higher. So this year was obviously my highest scoring year when I played Justin Herbert naked. I think I had.
Excuse me?
Sorry about that.
Can you explain what that means for people that don't know?
I played him without matching him with any
stacking.
receiver. No stacking,
receiver, yeah.
Exactly. So
people are going to think he's playing with Justin Herbert naked.
But I scored over 200-something points, which I ended up winning first place in that league. But I would say in the last few years, the scores have been crazy. Like
it's gone out of control.
200.
3 years ago, won you the Millie Maker.
Yeah, you won $1
million. And now it's like you're barely placing.
Exactly. Now you're winning $100 max with 200. You know, like
Why do you think that's the case?
I don't know in terms of like if FanDuel or DraftKings have changed the scoring or added something, but I truly think that there's a lot more people playing daily fantasy, right?
That's very true. Yeah.
There's a lot. It's become so popular now than it was when we started 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Bro,
right?
I tell this story all the time. The first time I got exposed to daily fantasy was because of Danny. We went to Vegas. 2014 was the first time I went, and I've shared this story before, so it's not like embarrassing for him or anything. But he was working at the fucking place you guys are working together, the embroidery spot, the sporting goods store. Yo, we're in Vegas, and this kid's pulling out hundreds left and right. I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck? Where's this? I was like, yo, I don't mean to be a dick, but like,
that ain't stitching money.
That ain't like, what the fuck is happening? He's like, yo, I play fantasy, but it's like every day. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, it's called Draft Street.
Yeah.
Right? This is super throwback.
DraftKings
ended up buying them out, and that's how they became the entity that they are now. I'm like, yo, tell me more. He's like, yo, you basically like you play. He's like, yo, you know how we play yearly football? He's like, but I pick a new lineup every day, and I'm not like married to a certain player. So he was playing basketball at the time. And he's like, yo, in yearly, if I draft LeBron, like he's on my yearly team, but he's like, I could play LeBron on Tuesday and then not have to play him again until Saturday.
Exactly.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, I'm a pretty good yearly fantasy player. I could get into it. Like, why not? This kid's fucking at the roulette table, hundreds and shit. I'm like, he's like, yeah, bro, I won like so much money playing this. I'm like, yo, is it legal? Like I was like mad virgin questions. I'm like, yo, I didn't know any of this shit. And then before you know it, the next year I started playing. Never won because I'd wake up at 12:45. I'd put a lineup in and I'd get fucking, I'd get dominated.
Yeah.
The year after that, I started doing a little more research. I got exposed to like Roto World and fucking all these websites where it's like, oh, it's matchups, ownership. What the fuck is ownership? Before you know it, 2016, I had that big ass explosion where I'm giving gifts like, yo, here's $100 and shit.
I won without winning.
Yeah.
that was fun when we used to do that.
Yeah, you haven't seen a gift since. It's like quiet.
No,
but yo,
really
at the time, no one was playing that shit.
No one.
So now a lot more people are playing, and it sucks.
It's that, but then it's also with the more people playing, the more like websites are coming out, and everyone's buying lineups. So like, there's a lot of people with the same teams, and a lot of people with like insights that they didn't have years ago.
You know what's crazy? If we had the knowledge we do now about DFS, let's say 4 or 5 years ago,
we would have had a website.
We'd be DFS sharks.
Yeah,
I'm just and that's because we learned just from playing and making our mistakes and growing. Now people are literally, like what Josh said, are buying lineups. When you buy lineups and you have these websites driving these players, ownership goes up crazy. So now it's even harder for us to be like, are we playing this guy? Like, I don't really want to play him, but his ownership's going to be crazy. So I kind of, like you said, have to. And if he duds, then whatever, I'm riding that wave. Or if I fade him, then he duds and I win. But
it's such a weird dynamic because how can you tell someone not to buy lineups when they're winning all this money, right? Because the objective is to win money, right?
Exactly.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Right. That's like that's the
yeah,
whole right. So like, if Ahmed, hypothetically speaking, pays $500 to get a lineup every week, and Ahmed ends up winning $5K, I can't come to you and be like, yo, don't play lineups. It's corny, which I think it's corny. Like buying lineups, I think it's corny. But then you're gonna be like, yo, fam, listen, I just paid 3 of my rents.
Yeah.
This is what I think of you thinking it's corny. Look,
Yeah.
you know? Which is true. Like, how can I say that to you? But that's why I like single entries. So for people listening, there's different there's like when you play the Millie Maker, that's like mass entering. So you can enter 150 times, right? Where there, it's like, yo, you're drawing dead. It's hard for you to win those kind of contests where it's like only 10% of the field and people are mass entering. Like if Josh enters 150 lineups and I enter 2, who has the advantage?
Yeah.
Josh does, because he has more opportunities to win. But with single entry, it's like that's where I do my best at. I don't play big anymore the last couple of years because like I don't put the proper research that I should be putting like I was past just because I've gotten busier. And also I don't play the same tournaments.
Yeah, you don't.
Like back in the day, I was playing the 333 single entry. Yeah. I also had a big hit, so I was playing with house money, where now I'm like playing the $33. And it's like, it's not the same. For you to win, honestly, I think in DFS, and tell me how you guys feel about this, you got to play a little higher.
You do. But I'll say for me,
But then this kid wins fucking GPPs with $3 entry maxes. And
Yeah,
it's like,
but even then, like, just
it's just the higher the entry though, the less people, right?
it's the less people, and
usually-
it's also less risk,
Yeah.
right? Like you're not going to stack Trubisky and Allen Robinson in a $500 single entry. You're going to play Mahomes and Hill.
Well, I mean,
But if you play the $3 150 entry max, you're going to take some like Nick Foles to fucking Cole Kmet, right? Like
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You're going to take more risk.
you guys remember those few weeks where I was playing A-Rob and Montgomery on my lineup?
Yeah.
And they were crushing.
And I was telling you that, like, yo, you should have played them together.
Yeah. And they were,
And they were putting up 50 every
we were
week.
going off, right? So that built me a bankroll where I was like, beautiful, I'm going to play this 535 single entry. And when I tell you I couldn't have come closer to last place on that entry, I thought I was going to change my life. I was like, yo, I'm playing this. There's like 353 people. Yeah, I came in like 200th place. Like I did not come close to placing. And it was like a gut punch. It
Well,
was.
there was a MMA card a couple of months ago where I went 0-6, which is, I think there was 250 people in there. I came in last, but I was like 247th
Yeah.
out of 250 people, only because like 3 people didn't submit their lineup. So I had the
That's
worst.
fine.
I had the worst lineup where I actually set a lineup.
You got to be able to laugh at those moments, though.
Oh, yeah.
it's almost impressive. Like when I make a lineup that goes like 2 and 4, I'm like, that's impressive.
You should like be rewarded for that,
Yeah.
right? Like at least like refund me my
My
money.
opinion was
Like
so-
I tried. I wasted all my salary,
Yeah.
and I still fucking shit.
My
the bed
opinion
like
was
that.
so shit that I should like get a reward. Like just give me my entry fee back.